Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. First, I want to say thank you for all of our subscribers and those that listen to the podcast and also YouTube and Facebook Live. Um, we are going to raffle off 5 turkeys for those that subscribe and share. So if you subscribe and share, email me at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. We will see your name also in the subscription part, the description part of YouTube, or even on Instagram that you shared the videos that I have. Your name would be there and you would email me. Another contact is on Facebook, Auto Write. You can friend him and let him know that you made that suggestion or that act to share. And 5 turkeys will be raffled off to individuals that do this. We'll be picking the names, and they will receive a Cash App donation for the turkey. So get in on this as soon as possible and be a part. Now we're going to start with healing affirmations for the soul. The soul is the part of us that God has called us to heal. That means that there's a lot of things or suggestions or thoughts and memories that bombard the soul, which keeps the soul from really acting as it should. Jesus talks about winning souls. And when we win souls, what we are really looking for or aiming for is to create the idea of Galatians 5:20, where the vineyard of the heart becomes clear. I'm going to read Ezekiel 36:26. The vineyard of the heart becomes clear because really we are a field, we are a harvest. So innately, we harvest what we know until we know something different to do. We do what we do until we learn something different, until something hits us and says it's time for a change. Because, I recognize working with people and also, number one, working with myself, that subconsciously I can get up every morning and do everything adverse to what I say I want to do. That means that if I'm working in adversity to myself, I need to recognize that before I can do anything for anyone else. Because when I leave my door, as Deuteronomy says in Deuteronomy 6, the chapter 6, the people there are describing how a family sits down at the table and they go forth for their day and they leave out of their gate and they begin to exercise social abilities with others outside of the gate. That means that if I had set an intention to change the way that I do things and I step over into the old way again without consciously knowing, what happens is that I sabotage the plans that I have for a better future, or a better me, or what my soul has been urging and encouraging me to do. The soul is not really active when we first get here, in the sense that we're making the right choices and decisions. So what do we do to wake up from the slumber or the sleep? Isaiah talks about the slumber. I believe it's in 51 of Isaiah. However, the slumber or the sleep, those that are sleeping, they're like the walking dead. We have been the walking dead when we are not awake to decisions that we're making, when we say we're going to do something, when we think we want to do something and we don't do it. So here Ezekiel gives an understanding. He says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you the heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. A lot of times we don't even recognize that we're not feeling in the beginnings of our lives because of hurt and pain and damage, situations that we've been through. But once we start feeling, we can make decisions better because I feel now. I feel, what do I feel? Is the question first. If I'm crying when there was a time when I wouldn't cry about something, that means that I'm waking up to feel. I've talked to a lot of people that had hard hearts. I can tell you that I have, that same way, the hard-heartedness, because I felt like I had to protect myself. There are times when I feel like I'm still in that position because maybe I feel people don't see my point of view. But first, I have to see my point of view and keep pushing forward with my point of view. Is my point of view going to help people, or is it going to help just me? Our intention and our motives matter, because if it's all self-centered, then that means that I need to change my attention, especially when I live and I work with people. When I go out into the community, as Deuteronomy 6 talks about, and I began to sup with others, because my intention in a social atmosphere means that we must all come together in order to make something better. It does not mean that others have to compromise their intention or their thoughts. That means that if I push my intention on others and it's just self-motivated, then I am compromising me and others. Because see, I have to look at everyone. I can't look at everyone as if it's all about me and what I need to take care of, what I need to do. And this is where the heart begins to feel, and it begins to change and says, well, what is it that they need? What is it that we need as a unit? It's not me making the decision overall, because what happens then is that we see that we have a heart of control, a spirit of control. And that's where put in me a new heart. Even David was, crying out to God about a clean heart, because David knew that he was out of order. David, even when he was at Ziklag, was crying because his troops came against him because they had been out fighting a battle. When they came back, their families were gone. You see, we work together. No matter what we do, when we go out in our communities, when we come out of our door, we are working together. And in order to heal anything and whatever is going on in the world, we've got to come together. That means that you matter and I matter as well. We all matter. The people down the street or next door matter. Our thoughts come together and create a outcome that's going to be a blessing for everyone, not just for some. We don't compromise. The heart feels when it has compromised itself and others. And what an individual will do with a compromised heart is make a decision to change whatever has compromised them. Now, I know that might sound kind of, well, where is this going? Well, you have to look at where you compromise yourself, because last week I talked about value. You see, if you compromise your value, then that means that you become devalued, right? So you have to look at the word compromise. Where am I compromising others, or how am I compromising others? For instance, how do I give them value and give myself value? Is it just me that needs to make the decisions, or is it us at the table, our family, our teams, our communities, that need to make the decisions? You see, we're in a democracy already that makes decisions for people that is not conducive. So that's a great way to look at it. The people are compromised. We have people in America that are becoming homeless every day. The numbers are increasing. There's billions of people that, not millions, but billions in America that did not make choices. But it's because of the democracy and our political leaders that have made the choices, compromising lives. So, healing affirmations, creating me a clean heart, is what everyone all over the world, we need to be praying for clean hearts to make right decisions concerning those that we live with, work with, and those that, we go out in the community seeing, looking at how we view people, that the old paradigm of how we lived has shifted and changed. that communities and tribes have to work together in order for communities and tribes to heal. So again, looking at Ezekiel 36 and 26, I'll give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone. Look and see if you feel in your heart. Look and see as you're walking through your day how you feel about people, if it's nasty or if it's a good way of thinking. Look and see within yourself. And if you're starting to feel tears are there, then maybe God is giving you that heart of flesh, because the heart of flesh has to feel in order for there to be changes for anyone, any family, any community, any city, any state. We can live in territories, but the territory doesn't matter if the people are not doing anything to make things better for themselves and others. Okay, healing affirmation for today. And it is saying, it looks like I got 2 cards. Yep. It says, a climate of compassion. If we could generate a climate of compassion, perhaps we would recognize that everyone becomes the person they are because of the sum of their experiences so far. So maybe then we wouldn't judge others so harshly. I believe that judgment is a truth, but I also look at judgment and that word compromising others. Also to look at the fact or the matter how we treat others. Also the motives and how we treat others. What is it? What is my motive? And here, the one that was stuck, it says, change your reactions. Just because you have formed a subconscious habit and react to certain situations in a certain way doesn't mean you have to continue doing so forever. You can change your reaction. And that means that it's up to us individually. Start with self. All right. So you guys have a beautiful day. And remember that we're going to raffle off turkeys. Make your subscription to the YouTube channel. Reach out to myself on Facebook, Kim Warner, or either Auto Right. And you could win a turkey. We might even increase the number. So blessings. Bye-bye.